Greetings, Earthlings. You know, hope all is well with everybody. Back with another one, Another message for my chosen ones. And for those, searching for, to try and find a way to navigate in this earthly existence that we are all here experiencing. And the first thing I'm going to say to everybody watching is that we must ask two questions, which is, where am I? And who am I? And by asking, who am I? In order to find the true answers, we have to detach and remove every form of identity. You could say ego, which in my opinion is a false sense of self. So once we remove these identities, meaning nationality, where we was born, where our parents were born, just all like color and all these things that just hold us, you could say captive, in a sense where you're identifying with something that you actually are not. So that's the first thing. Who am I? And when you break down and you remove the physical from the equation, I should say, you should get to consciousness, awareness, energy, and understanding that when you take away the body, we all are energy, spirit, consciousness, soul, So then just by understanding that kind of gives you an answer of who you are. So then the next question is, where am I? That's a deep question. Where am I? So how do we even start to understand where we are? Because you would say we're on Earth, which that's what we've been told. But then I'm going to say this to each and everybody, or each and every chosen one watching, is that you must remember that knowledge of self is the key to understanding everything outside of self. Because it's a reflection of self, of the inner self. So I would say, where are we? If we are energy and we are consciousness, then that just means everything outside of us is just what we are. And that would be energy and consciousness existing in its own way. Follow me. So then I would say to everybody is that we are in a world that everybody has been indoctrinated, confused, programmed with a set way of rules, how things must go. And in order for you as a chosen one to fulfill your purpose or your mission, you must understand these things of what self is. Because the secret, it teaches a little bit about what we are, but I'm not sure if you've actually understood it. And I'm going to say like this, my people, is that what has to be on every planet for them to realize or for them to know that the planet can sustain life? What is it? It's water. If there's water on a planet, then they know it can sustain life. So let me break this down to you now. Human beings, we are a majority of water. So we can sustain life. So what I'm trying to really say to you is that The moon, it affects women's menstrual cycle. It affects the oceans. It affects us as human beings. Because when it's the full moon, it's a cycle of the moon that is powerful. You know, for people that do rituals, for people that work with the cycles of the moon. Just like the new moon. You know, we're coming into a new cycle, so then it's powerful. So what I'm trying to say is the universe affects us. Why does it affect us? Because the same thing that is in the sun, the moon, the planets, the stars, is within us. Like I was saying from the beginning, is that once you understand self, you understand everything else. But where we become confused is because we're physical. But like I said, if you remove the physical and understand that everything is energy, then it will more make sense. So I'm saying that the sun affects us all. The moon affects women, the oceans, you know, people that do rituals and that kind of. So it's very powerful. What I'm trying to say is we are the universe and the universe is us. That's something I want you to understand. The Secret speaks about it. You know how powerful the mind is and how the mind affects things to make, if you think a certain way, then it shapes a certain thing, then you manifest a certain thing. So what I'm saying to you in each one of my chosen ones is that what is the universe? That's a good question. What is the universe? The universe is us, and we are the universe. Because the same things that are in the universe are in us. And just like I said, how the moon affects the woman's menstrual cycle, and it affects us, you know, it's a powerful time to do rituals and things on that nature. So if the moon affects us, just like the Secret teaches, we also affect the planets just as it affects us. So when you understand that, then you understand that, like I said from the beginning, you have to understand self to understand everything outside of self, and then it starts to make sense. So like I said, what is the universe? So the universe really and truly is a reflection of us. Think about that. Because we're physical, we don't see it as that because we're physical. But if you was to break down everything and throw away the physical aspect of things, like a tree, like the planets, like the moon, like the stars, we are all the same. If you take away the physical aspect of everything that I just said. So then I'm going to say this now to you, my people, is that how was the universe created? That's another great question. How are we going to understand that question if we're thinking from how we are now? Meaning that in order to answer certain questions, you have to take your mindset out of the physical aspect of things, because it's always going to be difficult. But if you see yourself as consciousness, as energy, spirit and soul, certain questions that are almost impossible or difficult, they become simple. Think about that. So what created the universe? In my opinion, what created the universe is what created us. What created you? Okay, let's start from now. Your parents, right? Okay. So what was it in your parents that created you? It was their thoughts, right? It was their actions, right? It was their energy, consciousness, right? And this is what I'm saying. When you take away the fact of the physical body or the physical aspect of life, it becomes very simple. So in my opinion, What created the universe was the same thing that created us. Our thoughts, our energy, our actions. But let me show you this now, my people, is that because we haven't been taught these things, yeah? We haven't been taught. Have you ever seen your thoughts before? Have you ever seen your energy? Have you ever seen your consciousness? Do you understand what your energy, your consciousness and thoughts are? Do you understand how powerful you truly are? Do you understand how powerful your thoughts are? Our thoughts are literally shaping the world as we see it around us. Our thoughts have created the universe, and the universe has created us. Because think about it. Nothing can't just create a universe. But think of life now. How did you get to where you are now? Your thoughts, your energy. But where we are lost, yeah, or where we don't understand because we're in the physical body, the physical vessel is confusing us to understand what we truly are. Think about it. When you close your eyes and you go sleep, what are you interacting with? Look at the kind of dreams and how magnificent and things you interact with in your dreams and in your spirit and in your energy when you're not in body. Because we're in body, we're not aware of how magnificent we truly are, or how great we truly are, or the creations we can really create, because we've been limited to thinking we're just bones and flesh. And I just want every chosen one, you might not fully see what I'm trying to say, but the one thing I do want to leave you with this message to my chosen ones, yeah, is to understand how powerful you are when you realize that you are not your physical vessel. That is the point I'm trying to give to you, is that we are powerful beyond our realization. Everything that we have and that we are was created by our thoughts. And the same things that is in the universe is in us, and vice versa. So if you want to shape a better reality, you change your thoughts. But you just see it as our laws of attraction manifestation. No. We are literally creating the universe around us. We are the universe and the universe is us. And when you truly understand what I'm saying, that's when you will come into your powers. And that's what they're afraid of. That's what they are afraid of. To all my chosen ones, you are powerful beyond your imagination. So